Hello, friends. So, we have completed the study of the 10th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. So, in today's video, I am going to be providing you the summary of the 10th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. So, the focus of the 10th chapter in Bhagavad Gita is to help a devotee see a divinity in this world at all times by himself. So that is the main focus of this chapter, and Sri Krishna starts off this chapter by telling Arjun that no one knows him completely, not even the devas or the maharishis. They also don't know Sri Krishna completely, because Sri Krishna is the cause of those entities as well. So since Sri Krishna is the cause of everyone and everything in this world, therefore everything is an effect of Sri Krishna, and since the effect can never really know the cause completely, therefore Sri Krishna said that no one knows him completely, and basically everyone over here does not have the capacity actually to know Sri Krishna completely. So the only people that can know Sri Krishna to a certain extent, you can say not completely, but to a certain extent in a limited form, are the ones who make an effort to unite with Sri Krishna. So Sri Krishna says that those who try to make an effort to remain joined with me, to them I provide knowledge. So, whatever knowledge is needed for a person to remain joined with Sri Krishna, that knowledge Sri Krishna provides to the devotee. But nobody really has the complete knowledge of Sri Krishna, because that is something which is impossible, because everybody is the effect and Sri Krishna is the cause, and the effect cannot really know more than the cause. So, after describing this much, Arjun then accepts the divinity of Sri Krishna, and he says that I accept you to be the supreme divine personality, and please tell me how I can see your glories in different bhavs in this creation in itself. So he is basically asking him how he can remain in touch with Sri Krishna while interacting with this world. So in this world, how he can see Krishna in everything is the question that Arjun puts forth for Sri Krishna. And basically after that, what happens is that Sri Krishna is happy with Arjun, that Arjun has accepted, and he says that definitely I will tell you my glories in this world. And he then starts to talk about all his glories which are present in this world, wherein he goes to different aspects of this universe, and he says how he is present in that particular aspect, like that. Now before he is telling this to Arjun, he also mentions that, my glories are a lot, and I'm only going to provide to you some of them just to give you an idea. So basically, what Sri Krishna, after telling his all glories, summarizes is that, there are infinite glories of mine in this universe, and I cannot really tell you all of them, but I have only given you an overview of how I am present in all the things over here in this world. And he says that, always understand that I am the seed of everything. So whatever is causing the existence of a particular entity in this universe, that cause is who I am. So that is what Sri Krishna tells Arjun to understand. So the idea over here basically is that any entity which is present in this universe is present because Sri Krishna wants it to exist. If Sri Krishna did not really want it to exist, then that will not exist. And the presence of the glory or opulence of Sri Krishna in that particular thing is the one which causes that thing to exist. And that glory actually comes from the fact that any entity that exists in this world, it exists because it serves some sort of a purpose in terms of sustaining this divine yajna which is going on in this universe. And so that particular contribution that particular entity provides to this creation is the opulence of Shri Krishna in that particular entity, and as long as that opulence or that glory is present in that thing exists and stands over here. So the basic idea then Shri Krishna in the end tells Arjun is that, don't worry too much about all the things, just understand this, that I enter in everything over here, and by introducing a small fraction of mine in this universe, in each thing, I basically hold this universe together. So the message that we have to take from this point is that everything is divine in this universe, and we have to see the divinity present in all the entities that are over here to really stay in touch with Shri Krishna. We have to see how that particular entity is making a contribution towards moving this entire divine yajna forward. And maybe we might not understand all of them. We might understand just a few and not understand all of them. So we should not really think too much about that. What we should see is that if a thing exists, then there is something divine in it which makes it to exist, and if that divinity disappears from it, then that thing will also disappear. So we should not really interfere in the workings of this nature, because we don't have the capacity to understand everything completely. And so we should just submit to the will of the Lord and make an effort to stay in touch with the Lord and only perform our own swadharma, which is the divine message that we get from the divinity which is present inside all of us. So whatever that divinity inside us tells us to do, we should just do that and not really think too much about other things. So that was pretty much the message of this chapter. I hope that I have explained this chapter well to you. With that, I'll close this video. I will see you in the next video. Take care.